All right. So, as I remember, we end the session from this particular point, right? Using malicious software or the malwares, discussing about those things. And did I ask you to write about these things, people? Did I ask to copy these things down?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, great. So now we are going to talk about the different kinds of malwares or the harmful softwares, like the categories kind of things, right? So the first one is computer virus. Like we always talk about this term called virus, right? So virus is a malware, or in other words, a harmful software which gains the computer access through some programs, right? Maybe the programs that we are like see that seems to be trustworthy, right? Or sometimes it can be spread through our USB drives. Sometimes it can be spread through a network if we are connected to something, right? Sometimes it comes in an email as an email attachment, right? So these are executable files. So someone should execute it just as like just once, at least once, right? Without executing it, it won't has the ability to spread into our computer. But the trick that the viruses are having in their software or in their program is like they are always allowing us, or like they are always like calling for us to execute them, right? අපි පොළඹවනවා එතනට, right? සමහරලාට screen message එකක් එවලා, සමහරලාට අපි හිතන්නේ නැති පොඩි message එකක් එවලා අපි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට messages ආවම okay කරන්නනේ පුරුදු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ without reading it, right? So they just see they just show some familiar kind of a message and try to open it. Or like sometimes it comes with a very nice icon, like which is always like making our mind to just double click and open what this is and see, right? So those kind of ways it is asking us to execute it, right? So like in most of the time, without any proper knowledge about this, or like without any proper preparing, we just double click on it and then we suffer, right? So once the virus is activate inside our system, it always attack to the system folder of the Windows operating system, specifically when it comes to the Windows operating system, right? So, and most of the viruses are like made for the license softwares or like license operating systems, because like it has no value or it has no bargaining power if they attacked on a free and open source software. They are not attacking on the Linux. They are not attacking on the Android or anything, right? Because it is not that bargainable when some harmful thing is happen, right? So like you may remember like a few months back, there was a virus which is hitting on the computers and locked down the computer totally, and like asking some particular amount of money to unlock your system, right? So if it happens on a very on a computer with crucial data, so the user may not have any chance to he may not have any chance, like unless he have to like pay and take the key from the hackers or like from the person who have made the virus, right? So that kind of things can be happen. Like most of the time, these attacks and all these things, they are just happening like either to make the user or put the user in a very uncomfortable and very high risk position, or to bargain things, like when it comes to like cyber threatening or like cyber kind of cyber attacks, they always just do things to gain something, right? So virus is some kind of like one way of attacking on those kind of things, right? And when it comes to the computer worms are like something very similar to the virus, but only difference is worm can activate by itself, right? We don't need to double click or execute by the user self. It will like we only need to connect it with the computer, right? And it will be like activated. So that is why there should be proper updated antivirus software installed into our computers, because whenever the external device or a particular email is being received at our computers, it will be checked by the antivirus software, right? So then it will alert us. There are some suspicious files, or like directly it says this is a virus, don't execute with it. So like antivirus software always alerting you if there is something suspicious is happening, and if it could recognize directly that this is going to be a virus, it will catch, and then it will clean up the things by itself without even asking from us, right? So computer virus and worms, they lay on the same category, right? So they get into the system, replicate by themselves, then it will do a lot of harms to your computer, like unwantedly repeating your file structure, or like making your CPU working in a very high speed manner by giving by generating a lot of processors inside it, right? So either your computer will get stuck. Sometimes some hardware damages can be happen as well, right? Sometimes you will feel like the system is like very, very slow in your computer. So those kind of things can be happen. So if your computer is getting very, very slow, viruses can be one of the reasons, but it won't be the only reason, right? Those can be one of the reasons for it to be slow, right? And again, how to prevent from these things, we are going to talk about it as well. So like as a general information, or like a general advice, don't go for anything suspicious, right? Like when you are visiting some websites, they will just show you some advertisements. They will show you, okay, if you click on this, you will win $1,000 and something. Those things never happens, right? There is no there is no organization who is like giving away their things for free, right? If you are receiving something free, and if you feel that you are receiving something free, it always has a cost, right? So don't get caught on those. Just do the legal things and the eligible things when you are surfing, and when you are like using your own USB disks and all these things, right? And whenever you are fixing it to some other computer, before you open it up from your computer, it's better you scan it from the virus card. It's usually does these days by automatically from the virus card, but it's good to be cautious, right? And when it comes to the spyware, we are talking about two different things, which is the Trojan horse and the adware. So Trojan horse is something or a name which was taken by this Greek mythology, which is called the Trojan horse. Actually, the Trojan horse, there was a very big wooden horse, which is gifted by the Roman people to the Troy city, which was on that era, which they would think no one will be able to attack on the Troy city, because any of the army who was trying to attack on the Troy city, they were defeated by the Trojans. So then the Roman army, as I remember, the Roman army, like they were just planning a master plan, and like once they were like at a time the Troy was surrounded by the Romans, they just send them a wooden horse, a giant wooden horse, like 2 stories, 3 stories height, a giant wooden horse, as a gift of peace, right? So then Troy people were truly believed that they thought this army has no intention of having a war. They are just act on peace, right? So they receive the wooden horse and they party due to that reason. So what happens in the night was like the Trojan horse was full of Roman army inside it. So at night, when they are sleeping and when they are partying without concentrating on any war, the Roman army attacked within the city and they caught the Troy, right? So that's the story. So why it is named as, why this virus is named as the Trojan horse, it does the same thing, right? Because when we are like having some softwares from websites or from some other resources, we will feel or we will see something genuine is received by us. This happens mostly when you are downloading the things unofficial manner, right? Can be a pirated software එකක් download කරනවා නැත්නම් crack softwares වලින් activate කරගන්න යනකොට තමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේකේ risk එක තියෙන්නේ. Right, so we will see that something genuine is receiving for us, but with that genuine thing there can be a Trojan horse as well, right? So when we are installing it, the Trojan horse is also installed into the computer without alerting us, right? So with the permission of ours, it will get installed. So like can අපි හිතලා malware එකක් අපි install කරගන්නවා අපි දන්නේ නැතුව අපේ permission එක ඇතුව අපි දන්නේ නැතුව install වෙනවා. So Trojan horse, it is not spreading like the viruses, but it opens a lot of gateways for other malwares to come inside, right? Trojan horse the horse wasn't harmful, but the army inside it was the people who were acting in the war. So same happens to the computer. So you will install a Trojan horse. So it will open the gates for all other viruses and malwares, right? So in other words, your system is unprotected when a Trojan horse is in your system, right? And if you are maintaining your virus guard properly, up to date, 99.9%, you will be able to get rid of these things, right? Because that is the task of the virus guard. They get update very frequently. Getting update means the main task is like get to know about the new viruses happening all over the world, right? And when it comes to the adwares, I think you have experience about adwares. So like you may pop up a lot of advertisements in if you are popping up a lot of advertisements in your computer, you are caught up with an adware. An adware can be easily erased or caught by, sometimes it can be caught by the browser's antivirus software, as well as it can be caught by the antivirus software which is installed in your computer, right? So it can be clean, but it will be very disturbing to the users, because whenever you are working, a lot of ads will be pop up randomly, right? If we close it, another one will be popping up. Sometimes when we are going to close it by mistakenly, we will be open those things as well, right? So from these clicks, sometimes it will collect your financial information. Financial information means like the commercial informations, like your names, your addresses, kind of things, how to contact you, the emails, kind of things, right? So it's actually not harming to your computer, but it is disturbing, right? And when it comes to the bots, I don't know whether you have seen the Terminator movie, right? It's a very, the very first movie is a very old one. It was filmed when I was schooling and was very popular on those days. Like some robot comes from the future to kill someone in the present, because he is the one who's going to destroy the robots in the future. So that story tells the Terminator is referred to like a robot, a bad robot who is killing the human race, who is trying to wipe out the human race. That robot was born due to a bot, right? So bot is something, it's taken out of the term robot, right? So bot is a harmful software that function inside a network, right? So that is the bad thing. Like when you have a bot in a computer, if it is connected with a network, it can be spread through the network and communicate with all other devices in it, right? So in that film, that this particular robot from the future came and like plant a bot inside in an artificial intelligent machine in our world, like at the present. So that artificial intelligence is communicating with all other devices and turning those devices against the man. So those are weaponry kind of ones. So they attack the human race and they try to wipe out the people, right? Something possible, right? We have to be very careful when we are working with the artificial intelligence in the future. Even the scientists are aware about that, even though they were just thinking, they were just presenting as a science fiction. It is possible, right? That things can be go wrong. And recently I saw that this floor cleaning robot was caught the hair of a woman who was sleeping on the floor, right? So it can be an accident, but it is not. That is why robots are saying like they are like these mindless machines. They can't recognize whether that hair is a dust or a hair of a person, right? Again, can cleaning robot ඇවිල්ලා යාගේ කොණ්ඩේ capture කරලා vacuum කරලා අරගෙන තියෙනවා එළියට මම දැක ෆොටෝ එකත් එක්කම තියෙනවා so it can be a accident but it may be the reason for a machine to not to give a lot of responsibilities when it comes to the artificial intelligence, right? But it is advancing, so we have to be very careful when we are dealing with those things. And again, regarding the hijackers or the browser hijackers, this is common for a lot of browsers. Sometimes you will caught up on these situations, like when you open in a particular website and then you click in on a particular link, it is not opening the wanted link we want, but unless it will open some other website, right? Like this method is hugely used by e-commerce websites like Alibaba, right? When we like clicking on something, it will open another tab and show an advertisement about Alibaba and these kind of items and all these things are there. So when we are clicking on the link secondly, then only it's open, right? When you are like going to download some music or videos, this happens frequently because they're always trying to connect another resource or connect another download with these links, right? So that is what you call the hijacker or the browser hijacker. So it is capable of misdirecting you to another website or to another resource of the same website or the separate website, right? So it happens due to this e-commerce concept. It is very popular and very happening in the browsers, right? When it comes to the phishing, it is something very serious. So phishing alert always given by the e-banking system websites, right? I really don't remember whether I have shown some news regarding this, right? I'll show you the situation now. If you move to the Sampath Bank e-banking facility, right? It shows you this, there is this ආරක්ෂක වැදගත් ආරක්ෂක පණිවිඩයක්. So that they are alerting about the phishing attacks. Now, phishing attacks means it is an art of stealing the personal information or like very sensitive information like usernames, passwords, credit card numbers, kind of things, right? So what the phisher is going to do, he is going to create a particular website, something very much like the original one. So as an example, if you take like, if someone creates something like this exactly, right? Then he or she can send it to the people randomly. They are sending it to the people and telling, okay, your e-banking login has been changed. Please use this link to click and log in and see what are the changes that has happened. Right? We usually receive these kind of messages, right? So if you do not think properly, you will just click on that link and this kind of a web page is opening and you are not bothering about this address, whether it is a genuine one or not. You just input your username and the password over here, right? So what will happen is unknowingly, you are inserting your username and password to the phisher's web page. So when you are inputting those two things, phisher can collect the username and the password, right? Then you hit on the sign in button. Usually it will give you an error message, which something you can see always, like server not found error can be given 404. Sometimes you will be redirected to the original website then after. Right? ඒක ගොඩක් වෙලාවට අපි experience කරන දෙයක් සමහර වෙලාවට internet connectivity නිසා username password දුන්නම එක සැරේ log වෙන්නේ නැහැ. So it will we are always trying to give the username and password again, right? No, Saran, it is not. Whenever something like that has happened, they are having these techniques of coding up what are the things which has been created something similar to this. And again, that is why they are showing this message, and they are specifically saying the bank is not sending you any link to log into your system. You just use the original e-banking web address to visit that original page and just log into your system accordingly. So like this is the original web page. So you can see it is starting from like sampathvishwa.com, SPR client something, right? And like it is given the connection is given the certification of HTTPS as well, the secured one. So they are always recommending for you to go through the official app. They have their official app for the mobile devices, either from that or by visiting to the original website and giving the username and password, right? Yeah, Saran, it's like this. Now, domain name won't be able to take like this, Saran, because sampathvishwa.com, it will be the only sampathvishwa.com that they have. No one else will be able to have a sampathvishwa.com. So you should be very conscious or cautious when you are dealing with a e-commerce website. The best way is they are proposing the official applications regarding this. So best way is going with that. Or else you can just visit the Sampath Bank official website, and they are giving the link to come to this particular page. You know, so for myself, I have bookmarked this on my browser. So when I'm using that bookmark, I always come into this particular original one, right? So I just give my username and password and log into my system. So you have to be very careful. Yes, Minod.
So how do payment gateways validate the cards and
it's like this, Vinod. It's something a little bit different from this. So now payment gateway is given by some different companies, right? And they are affiliated or like they are connected with the people who are receiving the card. So when you are purchasing a payment gateway, the payment gate, there is a company to provide you the payment gateway, and there is a company to provide you the card, not you, the customers, the card. Then we can use a payment gateway like Pay Here, or like we can ask for a payment gateway from any bank, like Sampath or Commercial or People's or somewhere. If they are providing the payment gateway facility, we can go and ask for them. So the payment gateway is handled by that particular bank, right? So as well as it is a third-party company, and the responsibility goes for the bank. So whenever you are going to swipe your card through a payment gateway, the card number will be sent to the bank system. Actually, that system will direct the card number to the card issuing institute, because there are very few card issuers around the globe, like Amex, Visa, Maestro, Master kind of things. So card අම්මලගේ card එකක් ඉල්ලගෙන බලන්න debit cards වල ගහලා තියෙනවා Visa card එකක්ද, Maestro card එකක්ද, Amex card එකක්ද. So those are the card providers, right? So whenever you are entering your card number, that card number is sent to the bank where that card has been issued. So from that bank system, it is connecting the merchant, the actual card institute. So then card institute will recognize that card and will give the validity of the card, whether it is a valid card or not. Then again, bank will check whether the card is having the proper balance inside it, proper credit limit or proper balance. Then it will approve it or rejects it. That's how it happens, Milo. Got it? It's a little bit complex. If you surf internet, you can see a clear picture how it happens. So animations, right? So yeah, so apart from that, this is the story of the phishing. So be very careful, people. Inform your parents as well if they really don't know about this, because your parents may be a little bit uninformed about these kind of things, because for them these things may be new ones, right? So be alert, because you are the people who are like having the knowledge about this. So don't let them quote on these kind of procedures, right? So spams, I think you have experienced the spam emails. Most probably spam is like categorized as an unauthorized email, right? So like An email account will be recognize a particular email as a spam if they are big in size, right? And if any suspicious elements like exe files and all these things are inside it, or like likely to be inside, right? So because of this reason, emails which is receiving as a spam is not loaded into the inbox. Instead of that, it is loaded onto a different folder in your email called spam. Now, when we are doing the internet lesson, I think I have shown you the spams, right? I'll show you the spams again. Right now, inside my email account, I got this, yeah, hold on. Right, so yeah, this is the spam account. So here you can see in my spam account, like there are how many? 35 messages. Now most of these messages are belongs to the these telecommunication things, and most of things are like marketing based messages. But I really don't know who are the senders are, so I'm not opening any of these if I really don't know who has sent this to me, and I just delete it forever, right? So it won't be moved to my trash, it will be deleted. And that is the best practice that you can keep, right? Since we don't know who has sent that, we can delete it. And sometimes if someone send you an email with a very heavy attachment, there is a possibility to move that email into the spam as well, right? දැන් හිතන්නකො මම ඔයගලන්ට email එකක් එවනවා මොකක් හරි video tutorial එකක් attach කරලා. Video tutorial එක තියෙන capacity එක බර වැඩි නිසා email the email provider or the email service thinks it is a suspicious email, and they move it to the spam folder. So then you know it is sent by me, because since you know about my email address, so then you can open it and see, because you know 100% it is from me, right? If you really don't have the idea from whom that you are receiving this email, please delete it, do not open it, because there is a very big possibility for you to receive a malware through that kind of an email, right? So that is the story about this spam. Okay, so before we move to the safeguarding the computer and all these things, let's quickly write these things down, right? Okay, people, is that clear? Can I have the confirmation?
Yes.
Right, okay, right, okay. So let's quickly write these things down. Yeah, have the heading harmful software and resultant damage. Right, and then, yeah, you have to maintain this kind of a table, right? And I'll highlight you what are the things to be written. Make a highlight කරන ටික නම් පේන්නේ මම මෙහෙම highlight කරන්නම්. Yeah, you may write these things. Right, starting from virus. And regarding computer worms, you have to write the entire thing. Let me know when you are done, people. Minul, I actually have no idea about that, Minul, that why they are not scanning it. Like sometimes like Kaspersky is allowing you to scan those things by their self, like say in internet security or something. But yes, that is like when the uh, when the file is like big, it gives us the message that it cannot be scanned, download by our like download it by taking the risk, right? Maybe because of the server capabilities, Minul, because like to scan something like that, it takes a lot of like a lot of resources to do so, right? So like scanning just 200 MB is like isolatedly for ourselves, we will feel okay, it is just 100 MB to scan here. But at the same time, it's a global service that they are providing. So maybe because of that, they will be like keeping a particular limitation of scanning the things. Okay, people, are we done?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. So, and people, just for the record, we are discussing the 2007 second paper by next week. And please be prepare with the 2018, I'm sorry, 2008 paper as well. If you got a time, we may go for that as well, right? So now, like today onwards, it's time for you to do a paper, one paper per week, right? That is how we are going to go, right? So be prepared, people, right? Hereafter, like it's only the paper discussion that we are going to go. And you can invite for the friends who need the paper discussion as well, for the group as well, like ask them to contact me, since we are like conducting the revision in part, right? Because a lot of students are like seeking for the paper discussion classes when the exam is getting near. So you can give the message, right? They can connect, like so sooner the better, right? So they will practice as much as possible with us then, right? So can we move forward, people? Is there anyone still writing this? Okay, so moving forward, regarding this spyware, let's go with this. Yeah, right, this point. No, Minul. Definitely it is using much advanced way of doing things, Minul, not like ours. So this highlighting part you have to get down. Okay, copy it down, people. So let's be quick, people. So we will be able to manage it within the day. Yes, Saran. Yes, you can use this browser extensions. And also there are some browser settings as well. Some of the browsers are providing the browser settings that is ad blocking and like preventing the redirecting part. Yeah, you can use those kind of things. Saran, a cookie is something that it is it's like this. Now cookie එකක් කියලාම කියන්නේ අපිට කවුරු හරි කිව්වොත් like if the website is send us a message, we are tracking your things in this website, will you allow us to do so කියලා, we won't be say yes, right? Because we don't like being spy, right? But instead of that, they just say, okay, we are like allowing cookies, right? Cookie means like tracking you, right? So cookie එකක් කියලා කරන්නේ, cookies වලට අපි ඉඩ දෙනවා කියලා කරන්නේ, we allow the website to store a small information regarding our visit inside our computer, right? So actually inside the browser. So later when you are visiting to that website again through the browser, they use that cookie to check whether your activity, or like check whether the last activity of yours. So with the cookies, they can track you what kind of a favor that you have regarding this website. Especially when it comes to the e-commerce website, they just keep tracking like what kind of items that you are like tend to watch. What is the last item you watch? What is the last item you purchased? Kind of things, right? So actually it is like tracking us with the permission of ours. There can be Saran, but if we allow a cookie to be installed, then we are like giving the power to that particular website to supersede the blocking part, right? Yes, Minu. Yes, that is how they are like gaining the information of ours. You have to copy this as well, people. Yes. Some of the website, they are not allowing us to go without accepting their cookies. So they are like always trying to feed cookies of them with or without our knowledge, like with or without never, yeah, like කොහොම හරි මේක කාපන් කියලා දෙන එකක් තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ ගාව තියෙන්නේ. Seran, it is a kind of a security technique. Now, Seran is asking how they are like checking whether we are not we are not a robot by providing us pictures and all these things. So it's actually Seran, picture is something that has to be deal with our intellect. So if a robot, since robots are not that advanced, they just recognize මොකද ඒ දෙන pictures ගොඩක් වෙලාවට දෙන්නේ blur වෙච්ච images නැත්නම් එච්චරම පැහැදිලි නැති images, so we have to like search නේද අපිට ගොඩක් වෙලාවට වෙන pictures වල එන්නේ like tick on the traffic lights, tick on the the crossing street crossings, tick on the cars kind of things නේ. ඒක සමහර වෙලාවට total car එකක් නෑ, car එක කෑල්ලක් තියෙන එකත් අපි tick කරන්න ඕනේ. So robots, they really don't have that much of intelligence to do so, right? So then, it's not the robots, it's bot kind of programs, right? Again, some kind of malwares, right? Or like hacking programs, right? So if a program is trying to access a particular website or particular place, giving this kind of security thing will not allow any programs to access a particular program or particular website, right? So then they are using it as a prevention method of being accessed by the programs or the malwares. Right. So regarding the bots, I think you are being finalizing these things. That's why I'm moving forward, right? So if anyone needs to scroll up again, just let me know. Right. So regarding the bots and hijackers, so for bots, you can write this. Yeah, and this part as well. Hijackers, browser hijackers. Yeah, actually for the hijackers and browser hijackers, yeah, you have to go with the entire thing. Yeah, it is like this, Minol. When we are providing our card numbers and all these things, first thing is the privacy policy of them. Like when we are like dealing with a particular e-commerce website or a website that is providing us the e-commerce facility, if they are generally they are not saving our card numbers and all these things. For that, they just use another third-party service like PayPal or the payment gateway part, right? So if they are, in case if they are like keeping the things, then Chrome browser එකට නැත්නම් අපේ Windows operating system එකට පුළුවන් අපේ card numbers save කරලා තියාගෙන use කරන්න දෙන්න, right? So it is, first thing, it is done with our permission and providing us the rules and regulations of them, like the privacy policy, presenting it to ours, and we are just accepting it and providing the card numbers. Other than that, they are not keeping the card numbers to their self, right? Unless we are not allowing them to do so, right? They're always, again, අපි ඒක දෙනවා, අපි අපේ card number එක save කරගන්න දෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේම විනෝද, the authority or the access or the privilege is given, or the permission is given by us. So එක පැත්තකින් risk එක යනවා අපිට, අපි ඒක ගැන සැලකිලිමත් වුණාද, privacy policy එක හරියට කියවලා බැලුවද මොනවාද කියන ඒ responsibility එක එක පැත්තකින් අපිට යනවා. Then again, like the website which is asking these card numbers and all these things, they have a very strong privacy policy, because if just one particular misguided or mistransaction can jeopardize the entire e-commerce platform. මොකද උතන යන්නේ reliability නේ. eBay එකෙන් අපි කරන transaction එකකදී නිකමට හරි ගැටලුවක් වුණොත් කාඩ් හරි card information එළියට ගිහිල්ලා කියන එක spread වුණොත් the entire community will reduce or decrease their reliability on the eBay, right? So for that reason they are just keeping those things as a secrecy. And again, even though we got a card number, we got another security code with our card number. Card number එක විතරක් දුන්නට transaction execute වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Like through when we are doing the things on the payment gateway, they will ask for the other security code, which they will never save at their places. All right. අපිට ඒක කොහොමත් provide කරන්න වෙනවා. Right? Sometimes it's a 3-digit code or sometimes 4-digit code kind of things. Right? So it's a mutual understanding between the parties that we believe you and you provide me the service. And again, the advice is do not hand over your sensitive details for a website if it is not providing you a strong privacy policy. Right? ඕක නිසා තමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට eBay, PayPal, then Amazon.com kind of websites are always upgrading their privacy policies, even Google upgrading their privacy policies very frequently, and giving us the feeling that you are protected with us, right? එහෙම වුණාම තමයි අපි ඒකට නිකන් අපි ගැටලුවක් නැතුව යන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට. Right. So regarding the phishing, yeah, better write this.
Here, go, Daddy. I brought a present for you. Daddy, look. I brought a present for you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Right, okay. Seran,
Open the present.
okay, thank you. Oh, that's very nice. What is that?
That's a ball for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. That's very nice.
Now keep it closed.
Okay, I'll keep it close. I'll keep it close. I'll close it. Yeah, Seran, it is like this now, like the websites like YouTube. Okay, they actually do not do the illegal stuff, right? Downloading වලට ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක user ගෙන් තමයි පුතා එයා allowance එක ගන්නෙ or like the permission කියන එක ගන්නෙ, right? They have given the facility to the user to block the downloading and all these things. If he is allowing the downloading part, then you are given the permission to download. And again, there are third-party tools where we can used to do the downloading. And again, YouTube can't do anything regarding that because it is done by a third party tool, right? So like what YouTube is responsible of is being reuse something genuine inside the YouTube and like using it as your own thing. ඒකයි අපිට copyrights claim වෙන්නේ. දැන් ඕගලන්ගේ වීඩියෝ එකක උනත් මම මේ recording එකේදී මම මොකක් හරි සින්දුවක් play කරලා if I am uploading it to the YouTube, it will show me the things. Okay, this particular song is a copyright song, so you can't use it. Either you have to blur it or you have to reproduce it as a free material. ඒ කියන්නේ මගේ material එකෙන් මට monetization කියන පැත්තට යන්න බෑ. ඒ material එක තියෙන තැන පාවිච්චි කරලා. Minul, for when it comes to the Sri Lanka, yeah, pirating is not very much pressed in Sri Lankan law, with the Sri Lankan law. එහෙම ලොකුවට ඒගොල්ලෝ බලන්නේ නැහැ තාම. It is not been considered as a very big market regarding the Sri Lanka. But when it comes to the institutions, they are really concentrating on those, like banks, even schools and universities. You can't use the pirated softwares in the school labs. That is why ministry is providing all the softwares and all these things to be used as a legal one. But there are cases sometimes when the operating system crashes. For the moment, we are just using things for the studying purpose. And ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඒක teaching learning process එකක් වුණාම එතන පොඩ්ඩක් legality එක පොඩ්ඩක් ලිහිල් වෙනවා. මොකද මේක profitable aspect එකකින් නොකරන නිසා, right? But if you are doing a business or if you are using something illegal or like a pirated software to gain profit, then it will be a serious issue for the companies as well. Seran, it is uploaded by many different people because even you can upload any movie to the YouTube. But then again, copyright claims and all these things should be within you. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට YouTube's වල original movie එක නෙවෙයි upload වෙන්නේ. Sometimes okay, I thought you were referring as YTS like YouTube, not the YT. I really don't know what is YTS. I'm not familiar with it, Seran. So like is it some kind of a movie downloading platform? Yeah, Seran, is it the like YouTube downloader software are you talking about, or is it the like torrent related kind of a thing? Oh, I'll get to know the details from you. Okay. Right. Okay, people, let's move forward about the spams. And this as well. Okay. I'll visit it and see, Seran. Okay, let me know when you are done, people. Oh, okay, okay.
Do you have ball? Don't you have ball?
No, so you took it.
Oh, yes, I forgot it. But I'm sorry, I lost.
Are we done, people? Yeah, Minol, I think what they are doing is when we are like connecting with a particular website, let's as an example, let's say youtube.com. So like when we are connected with the youtube.com, they are our browser is sending the particular domain name to the DNS, which is connected with the particular telecommunication service. So that is how they are like tracking. We are like connecting, our browser is connecting with this particular website, even for applications like apps on the phone. If you open a particular app, same thing is happening. Like, so the device is sending the domain name to convert it into a particular IP address. So then and there, they will be like start tracking the things, right? Then they will like maintain the session, or like tracking the session, like how far, how long we are going to inside that particular web address. Then for that particular thing, then on like then you will have a particular chance of getting avoided that kind of things, right? But that of course have to be read and see, DNS. But the thing is, DNSs are like connected to each other all around the globe. So like if we use a different kinds of DNS, still indirectly it may communicate with the service provider, I guess, right? Right. Are we done, people? Can we move forward? Okay. Anyone who is still writing? Right. So I'm moving forward. So next one is like safeguarding a computer and a computer network from harmful software. So they are talking about the virus guard, installing a virus guard and keep it up to date. When you are using the USB memory sticks, you have to be very careful, like checking the particular USB stick for the viruses using an antivirus software, right? And getting always install the authorized softwares, not an unauthorized ones, right? So it will do the things. And instead of administrator accounts, it's better you go through the user accounts. So like if any hacking kind of thing is happen, so it will be affected on only the user level privileges, right? Admin account එකක් hack වුණොත් admin level privileges එයාට හම්බ වෙනවා. If you hack a user level account, so the hacker will gain only the user level privileges. So admin has still a super powers to mitigate the risk which is given by the hacker, right? And when it is being connected with the internet, always tend to use the secure websites, right? And it's like when you are downloading some things, always like download the things from the trustworthy sources, right? මොකද ගොඩාක් වෙලාවට වෙන websites වලින් දැන් as an example, if you want to download the Microsoft Word or like the Office package, it's better you go to the Microsoft official website and do the downloading, right? So because the official website will not allow you to download anything unwanted or like harmful, right? And again, when you are like before the downloading, you can check the things with your virus card if it is providing internet security, right? And about the opening up of emails, if you really don't know who the sender is, do not go and open the emails, right? And you can delete those things, any spam emails or any suspicious ones, right? And you can use these firewalls, virus guards, email filters kind of things to get avoid from these risks, right? So those kind of things can be taken, and they have shown you some popular antivirus softwares over here. Most of the things you may have familiar with, right? Avira, Avast, K7, Kaspersky, right? Digital Defender, or like the when it comes to the Microsoft Security Essentials, when it comes to the Microsoft, right? So there are many, right? Yeah, so that is how we are going to get rid of those. Okay, let's quickly write that down, people. So have the heading safeguarding computer and computer networks. And yeah, you have to write the entire list. People, can we keep it as a homework, so then we will be able to proceed sooner, right? Please keep it as a homework. You don't need to write the examples for the antiviruses, right? So just this particular thing, right? Safeguarding a computer and a computer network from harmful softwares. There are like how many, like 8 plus 4, 12 points are there. So please write down those 12 points as an homework, right? Please mark it on your book, right? The page number is 178. In page number 178, mark it as an homework, right? Okay, so I'm going to the next one, like the agencies in Sri Lanka responsible for the security of information exchange. So like there are many different institute which provides the cyber security, and ICTA is one of those, right? So ICTA stands for Information and Communication Technology Agency. So they have this authority of cybersecurity and dealing with the cybersecurity issues in Sri Lanka, right? So someone got any hacking kind of a situation, or like any unauthorized entry through the web, or through the telecommunication network, we can complain the ICTA, and ICTA will like involve in those kind of things, and have the or like guide the people with the specific security details. Okay, Susu, that's good. Can you show it on me?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, put some present.
Okay.
Hi.
Right. Okay. Sorry for that, people. So as the last point describes, ICTA, Sri Lanka Standard Bureau, and the Sri Lanka Emergency Computer Service have together organized to certify Information Security Management System, ISMS, to ensure the security of information. Individuals and organizations can register for this, right? So there it it is talking about three different organizations, which is ICTA and Sri Lanka Standard Bureau and Sri Lanka Emergency Computer Services, right? So these kind of institutes are the people who are like providing the, or like taking care of cybersecurity issues, and is responsible of regarding the cybersecurity in Sri Lanka, right? And yeah, later they are talking about the health issues related to the information communication technology. So now this is very frequent. Even myself got some issues in last few days. It is because now we are like tend to do this online teaching and doing all the things online. So we are I was having this carpal tunnel syndrome, some symptoms regarding carpal tunnel syndrome. So later I have done some exercises and get rid of it. So this is just explaining what kind of situations or what kind of illnesses or health issues that we can have, right? So like the first they are talking about the economics and health issues. Like economics is a word made with the use of two words with Greek language, as they say. According to the egon is the job and nomos is the law, right? So therefore simple meaning to be collected from this word is like the job must be created to comfort of the worker, and the worker must not be forced to adjust himself and herself to work, right? So in simple terms, a particular job should be made out of like for some employee to do their work without a stress or without any health issues, right? So now when it comes to the computer related jobs and computer related workers, these kind of problems can happen, right? So the first one, we call it musculoskeletal problem, right? Right? Musculoskeletal problems, right? So this is mainly talking about the muscles at the back, right? අපේ කොඳුයට පේලියට පහලින් තියෙන backbone එක දෙපැත්තේ තියෙන muscles. So it happens due to the seating arrangement, like improper seating arrangement. or backrest එකක් හරියට තියාගන්න නැත්නම් ඊළඟට පුටුවේ edge එකේ වාඩි වෙනවා නම්, so these kind of things can be happen. මොකද එතකොට අනිතරම කොන්ද දෙපැත්තේ තියෙන muscles වලට තමයි වැඩිපුරම pressure එක එන්නේ. ඒකට එයා වැඩිපුර weak වෙනවා ඔයාගේ අනිත් organs වලට සාපේක්ෂව, right? So then it cannot bear the weight of other organs and the other particular parts of your body. So it tend to cracks, and you will feel ill. Not feel ill, like you will feel the pain at the back, right? And RSI, repetitive stress injury. Now it is related to the stress that you are working with the computer. Like if you got a busy schedule with the computer, and you will be like keeping your arm and your body on a one specific way. So it will cause you to have the problems on your shoulders as well as along the arms, and the swellness and hardness will bring you the pain, right? Specifically, ඕක සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ වගේ දකුණු අතට, right? මොකද කියන දකුණු අත නම් හුරු තියෙන්නේ වැඩිපුර, so it happens with your right hand, right? So it is called the repetitive stress injury. So it starts from your neck and the shoulder blades, then slowly it comes to your hand and to the palm and the fingers as well, right? So it's due to the incorrect posture, වැරදියට වාඩි වෙලා ඉන්න එකෙන්, right? And this was the one I was talking about myself, the carpal tunnel syndrome. So it hurts. අපි මැනික් කටුව කියලා කියන්නේ. So අපි mouse එක හරියට අල්ලන්නේ නැති වුණාම නැත්නම් mouse එක අල්ලන එක මේසේ edge එකට අත තද කරගෙන නම් mouse එක අල්ලන්නේ. So our wrist is not resting, right? So the correct way of handling a mouse is like while resting our arm, then you should handle with a mouse or a keyboard, right? ගොඩාක් වෙලාවට අපි පුරුදු වෙලා තියෙන්නේ මේසේ edge එකට අපේ wrist එක pressure කරගෙන type කරන එකයි mouse එක handle කරන එකයි කරන්නේ. So which is not a good thing, right? So when this is happens, both the sides, ඒ කියන්නේ wrist එකේ උඩයි යටයි දෙකම swell වෙන්න ගන්නවා, right? ඊට පස්සේ අතේ සමහරලාට burning feeling එකක් එනවා. So that is the feeling that I got, right? Without any reason, නිකන් ඇතුලෙන් පිච්චෙනවා වගේ දැනෙනවා, right? So you have to do some exercises to get rid of that, right? Seran, using the touchpad is also touchpad එක පාවිච්චි කරන එක ඔයාගේ arm එක rest වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ elbow එකෙන් ඉස්සරහට තියෙන ටික මේසේ rest වෙන ගමන් තමයි ඔයා touchpad එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕනේ. right? ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාගේ මේසේ ටිකක් ඈතින් තමයි laptop එක තියාගන්න වෙන්නේ. තියාගෙන තමයි touchpad එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න ඕනේ. Right? And CVS, computer vision syndrome, right? So this happens due to the dryness of your eye, right? So your eyes are getting weak, right? These days, this is going to be a huge problem, right? Because you people are always like familiar or like get on with a particular screen. So this the brightness, the light that is directly like hit on your eyes is causing you this CVS. So it will dry up your eyes, so it is not good to your eyes. As කියලා කියන්නේ නිතරම තෙතමනේ තියෙන්න ඕන තැනක්, right? Redness in the eyes can be happen, tearing, blur vision, those kind of things will be there, right? That is why you are recommended with a kind of lenses or like kind of spectacles to wear to avoid these kind of unwanted rays and this unwanted brightness, right? And again, headaches. It is like actually it is related to the CVS as well, right? Can ඔයාට as මහන්සි වෙන්න ඔළුවේ කැක්කුම එනවා වැඩි, right? And again like due to this incorrect posture because of your neck and because of your eyes, you will be getting headaches, right? And stress as well. Now stress is not an illness, but it is not good. It will be a cause for a lot of illness. If you got stress, gastritis will increase. Sometimes for no reason, you will be having a lot of pains here and there, right? Yes, Vinod, it is mostly due to the blue lights, right? අපි ඒකනේ අපිට කියන්නේ කරුවලේ ඉඳගෙන ෆෝන් එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්න කියලා, right? ඒක තමයි mobile phones වල දැන් night mode එකක් ඒගොල්ලෝ introduce කරලා තියෙන නිකන් දුඹුරු පාටට වගේ පොඩි appearance change වෙන විදිහට, right? To reduce this blue eye problem, right? So how can we avoid these things? We can avoid it using the correct posture, right? හරියට ඉඳගෙන ඉන්නවා නම් දැන් මගේ වැරද්ද වෙලා තිබුණේ මම mouse එක පාවිච්චි කරන විදිය, like මම කොච්චර දන්නවා වුණත් මේක මෙහෙමයි වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා වැඩ කරනකොට කලබලයට අපිට ඔක අමතක වෙනවා, right? So these are the guides that is given for a computer operator or anyone who is using the computer. So you should have a 1 meter or like they say 75 to like 45 to 70 centimeters away from the screen. The screen and the eyes should have that distance, right? Your back should be resting, right? Yeah, your backs, you should have a backrest. Stools වල වගේ ඉඳගෙන computers use කරන්න එපා. And your arm should be resting from the fifth number 5. It is showing you how your arm should be placed. කියනවාට keypad tray එකක් තියෙනවා නම් you should have an armrest on your chair. මේසයක් උඩ ඉඳන් නම් වැඩ කරන්නේ, your shoulder should be on the table, your arm should be on the table, right? ඔය arm මෙතන armrest එක පෙන්නලා තියෙනවා වගේ, මෙතන rest වෙනවා වගේ, you have to rest your arm. මෙතන rest වෙනවා වගේ table එකක් තියෙනවා නම් table එක උඩ arm එක rest වෙන්න ඕනේ, right? Then only you can touch, right? And the look at the feet, it should be like touching the floor, right? ඒක උඩ තියාගෙන ඉන්න බෑ, නැත්නම් අර නේද ඔයගොල්ලෝ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේ wheelchair එකක නම් තියෙන්නේ wheels තියෙන chair එකක්, wheelchair එකක් නෙවෙයි, like ඒක wheels තියෙන chair එකක් නම් ඒකේ උඩ අර කෑලි වල කකුල තියාගෙන ඉන්නවා සමහර කට්ටිය, කකුල් දෙක පටලගෙන තියාගෙන ඉන්නවා. It is not a good thing to do, right? And always the monitor should be like below the eye level, as මට්ටමට වඩා පහළින් monitor එක project වෙලා තියෙන්න ඕනේ, right? back seat කියන එක කියන්නේ backrest කියන එක ගොඩාක් වැදගත්. මොකද ඒකෙන් ඔයාගේ අර musculoskeletal problems, it is getting reduced in most of the cases, right? Okay. But before we move to the other things, shall we quickly highlight the things that you need to be written? ඔයගලන්ට ගෙදරදී කරගන්න ටිකක් වැඩ තියෙනවා. මෙතන තව e-waste impact ගැන ඉතිරි අපි ඒක වෙලාවක් ආවම discuss කරමු. Just read it through and stay, people. I will brief those things when we got a time, right? And definitely we are going to discuss the 2007 paper by next week, right? And yeah, so regarding these agencies in Sri Lanka, can you people highlight the parts that I'm going to show you, so it will be easier for you to write the notes at home, right? Since we have discussed about these things. So highlight this heading, right? And yeah, it's better you copy of this particular thing. Yeah, from here to here. Please mark it, people. In the page number 179, starting from the second paragraph to the below, you have to copy it down, right? Please mark it on your book from a pencil, right? Then regarding the health issues, you really don't need to write a lot of things, right? So have the heading and this little description, right? So each and everything has their own description. So please copy it down, right? Because those are not very big descriptions, right? ඔයගලන්ට පින්තූර හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් වුණොත් හොයලා අලවන්න, so that will be much easier for you to understand and remember, right? So these things you have to copy, right? And so regarding the health related issues, these are the things for each and every problem. And then how can these health problem avoided? right? Yeah, it's better you yeah, to draw this. It will be not very easy, right? Try to draw these people, make a කටුවට හරි ඇඳගන්න නැත්නම් print out එකක් අරගෙන මේ වගේ ලස්සන pictures තියෙනවා internet එකේ ඕන තරම්, you can take a print out and you have to write these things at the below, right? Right, and this last part is describing what are the things that we can take to get rid of these health issues, right? One thing is the correct posture, as we discussed right over here using the picture. And here it says, adjust light on the computer to make eyes comfortable, right? Either you have to adjust the light or you have to adjust the light of the environment, right? ඒ කියන්නේ කරුවලේ ඉඳගෙන බලන්න එපා කියන එකයි ඔය කියන්නේ, right? Blink and take eyes off the screen on and off, right? So the advice is like, if you are working with a computer for a long time, like more than 30 minutes, after the 30 minutes, like look something which is located very far away, like the clouds and all these things. So it will ease up your vision, right? So CVS will be ease up from that, right? Take a break between work, walk short distance. So due to avoid from musculoskeletal problems, so it's better you like stand up and like go here and there. Like ඔයගලන්ට මම මේ පාඩම කරන අතරතුරත් මම සැරින් සැරේට නැගිටිනවා. නැගිටලා පොඩ්ඩක් එහෙට මෙහෙට යනවා. Right? And fix playtime sessions for children and direct them to other activities. It is a huge problem in these days. නේද? Devices එක්ක ඔයගොල්ලෝ කොහෙට හරි මේ ගුලි වෙලා ඉඳගෙන ඇල වෙලා නේද? විතරම devices එක්ක. So please have it, like have some play, right? Computer or the device is not your life, right? There are many things other than that, right? So the last one, it says people using computer at work for like 7 to 8 hours need to refrain from the using computer at home and maintain relaxed mind. Yeah, so like the bankers or the programmers, like they are tend to they are asked to avoid the computer in their normal time, when they off with their work. So they are asked not to use the device because they were using it for 7 to 8 hours in their workplace, right? So like otherwise your mind or your head will not get released, right? So because the best health is the mental health, right? So if you don't have the mental health, then the other health issues tend to come, right? Okay, so the yeah, so please copy these things down, people. So we are left with about this e-waste in related informations, right? And the social issues, and we are going to discuss that not next week. Next week we are going to talk about the 2007 paper, and if we got a time, I'll jump into some of these things, right? So a very little to go. So please read those things out. Even you can understand by reading those things out. We'll discuss when the time comes, right? Apita time ya hambecch එක මම ටක් ගාලා ඔක discuss කරලා ඉවර කරමු, right? Okay, so people, I'm going to end the session from here. So we are discussing the 2007 O-level paper, the second part, by next week. So get ready, be prepared, do it by yourself. I know I have told you how to try those things and get prepared. So we are going to try those things out by next week, or discuss those things out by next week. Right. Thank you very much, everyone. So have a nice weekend. All right. I'll see you on next Sunday for the very same time.